Black Lives Matter is non-existent on this campus, to be really honest with you.
To me, Black Lives Matter means me answering for my entire race.
I don't see anything. The Black Lives Matter campaign is not visible on our campus at all.
I think it's really important for us to analyze exactly what Black Lives Matters, because I think it does mean something different to all people. And in my perspective, or in what I believe, is that Black Lives Matter is not necessarily saying that Black lives matter over white lives or lives of any other races, which I think a lot of people in opposition to Black Lives Matters is thinking. But yeah, I don't think that that's what's happening here. I think Black Lives Matters is saying, you know, Black Lives Matters as well.
Black Lives Matter means that I have to answer for my people's actions. We don't all get together and say, okay guys, African Americans meeting this week, what are we going to talk about? Okay, Caucasian people are upset about X, Y, and Z. How do we answer them when they ask us about A, B, and C? No, that's not how things happen. Black Lives Matter means in a classroom, I get called upon whenever we're talking about oppression, injustice, or slavery. Can I curse in this? Okay. It's unfair to all the other people in the world and all the other forms of injustice. Feminism, poverty, human rights. It's not all about black people. Why am I the poster child for my entire race? Why do I have to speak out for everyone? Why do I have to be everyone's advocate right now? No, I am a single person. I am only one. I'm not even 1%.
I think it's really hard to say, just because I only think that recently, St. Bonaventure has really pushed for this, you know, joining the social dialogue that's going on in our country right now. But before then, I don't really think that it existed on our campus. I think that we were just a regular university, you know, hearing things from, you know, a bystander perspective of things that weren't happening directly around us. And I think that that made a lot of people desensitized by what was going on in our country. You know, we talk a lot about the Bonner bubble, and I think that the Bonner bubble was a prime example for the reason why a lot of dialogues weren't happening sooner.
Well, in all honesty, you really don't see Black Lives Matter on this campus. You can see, I guess, the grassroots of it, which is our Race Matters forums that we're doing, but to see like a full-blown like Black Lives Matters as you see like in other places, it's just not here yet.
I personally have experienced, due to kids coming from different geographical locations, their I would use the term, their misconception of who black people are or how we're portrayed, and they do it based off the music they listen to and what they see on TV. You know? But like, I've personally experienced racial discrimination. I've personally been talked down against due to the fact that I am black and one of the very few black people here. I've also been ostracized due to the fact that as a black person here, I do excel academically as well as around the campus in terms of extracurricular activities.
I would say that it looks like we're trying with the hashtag Race Matters that they're doing on campus, the movies that they're showing, the civil dialogues that they're having, but we could definitely do more.
So I think there's a lot of dialogues going on campus right now about racial issues. I'm just not sure if they're as effective as they could be, but it's definitely a start.
So, Black Lives Matter is not being specifically discussed here at St. Bonaventure University. Our campus is comprised of a multitude of different races and ethnicities, but our hashtag Race Matters campaign works towards spreading that common theme that Black Lives Matter does spread, that institutionalized racism does exist for a variety of minority races. Ideally, we want our students that are white and have that privilege to recognize that they have that privilege and to accept that they have that privilege. We'd like them to use that privilege to amplify the voices of people of color here on campus about institutionalized racism, not only in our society, but also here on our campus community.
Position, because it's not up to students to educate the professors. Presumably, these are people with advanced degrees who know how to do research. And if they are really truly interested in learning how to educate diverse students or how to use diversity in class or whatever the case may be, they know how to do the research and figure that out.
Okay, well, it hasn't looked like much up till now, but I think I could say that the current Race Matters program is a good attempt to start to address issues of inequality, of discrimination against folks of color on this campus. So it hasn't looked like much, but I think that the Race Matters program is a step in the right direction. We need to do a lot more.
I'm not the right person to ask what we can do to do more, because I have white privilege. We need to listen to people of color, people that have been voiceless throughout history. They need voices, and we can give them to them.
Well, so far, I feel like a lot of the forums that we've had so far shows kind of like the negative sides of when race plays a part. I mean, I don't know if there are any positives in that, but you know, to me, maybe bringing in more motivational speakers that speak about peace rather than, oh, you know, like because of your race, this is why it is. It's what, you know, this is why things are happening. Rather, just bring more speakers that talk about, hey, if we begin to work together more, if we can, you know, transcend race and transcend all those things that we're looking at as differences, and try to find a common ground and commonality between all of us, you know, we'll probably be better off. I feel like having more speakers like that. I do feel that the discussion that we're having so far is important. They're bringing up very vital topics that's giving a lot of our students a voice to be heard. But I just feel like just having more motivational, like come together kind of unity speakers would work really well.